your income has a big bonus, or your income's based on commission, or your income's based on overtime. Okay, we got to talk about this. So Jen Anderson on my team, some of you guys have talked to her, many of you have worked with her. She said, we have to do this video because this is coming up a lot. Okay, so if you're looking at buying a house in 2021 and you need bonus, overtime, or commission income to qualify, you need to understand that we are looking at 2020. Yes, so what we're seeing a lot of right now is, like, let's say you're a commission salesperson in 2019, you made $50,000 in commission. In 2020, you made $10,000. We are not gonna ignore 2020 at this point. So what the underwriters are doing is they're making us do a 2-year average. And 2020 is just, in many cases, like, there's jobs where traditionally you work a lot of overtime, but with COVID, people weren't working overtime because they didn't want COVID, or there wasn't the demand for the work. So even though in 2017, 18, and 19, let's say they made $40,000 in overtime, if in 2020 they made $10,000, guess what my new overtime amount is? It's $10,000. We also look at year to date, but we're not at a point, and this is with any loan program, I am not seeing underwriters throw out 2020 yet. I do think that once we get through 2021, that there will be an argument to be made where we can show 2019 and 2021 and year to date 2022 and try to make an argument that 2020 was, you know, an aberration, it was because of COVID-19, et cetera, et cetera. And at that point, we may be able to use that higher income and throw out 2020, but that hasn't happened yet. And we're not seeing any guidelines that address it in that manner. The guidelines right now that we're seeing across the board are 2-year average regardless of circumstance. So what that means is that, let's say you made $10,000 in 2020 with overtime, we would be looking at July through the end of my goodness, July through the end of December, we would be looking at that 10K, and we'd be looking at year to date, okay? But the issue is gonna be, unless that year to date is over 10K, that 10K is gonna trump everything. So it's really important that you guys know it's worth a conversation, definitely with a lender before you apply if you're concerned about this, because it's like, you know, I can sit on the phone real quick with you and tell you how an underwriter is gonna look at your commission, overtime, or your bonuses. You know, if you didn't get a bonus in 2020, guess what? I can't use a bonus, because for bonuses, I have to show a 2-year consistent history. Even though you may have gotten one in 2021, if you didn't get one in 2020, bonus is out the window. Okay, commission, same thing. So it's really important that you guys know that, and it's frustrating, like, I get it, like, everyone knows the world shut down, like, it was abnormal, like, I get it, but the guidelines haven't caught up yet. And so we're seeing a lot of people where we're like, oh man, you know, and 2020 just blew it. So we're gonna wait till we get through 2021. We're gonna see if the guidelines shift so that we can throw out that 2020 year, but there is the possibility that that's not gonna happen. And if that doesn't happen, you're gonna be looking at lenders averaging 2020, 2021, and then year to date in 2022. So that should put you in a slightly better position, but the best position would be if we could just throw the pandemic year out, and I haven't seen lenders starting to do that yet. So if you guys have questions or anything else, as always, reach out to me, reach out to my team, we will answer. But this is one of those consistent things we're seeing right now that's a total bummer in terms of qualifying. So as always, I am licensed in 46 states. I have a great repertoire of California surf slang, and I would love to help you guys with any of your mortgage needs.